Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that if I was in Arvo's shoes, in Torolf's route, I would... It would happen once. It would happen once. And then become the thing that I warn my future kids about when they're my age. I would what? What does Arvo do in Torolf's route? Night 1, what does he do? Exactly. It would happen once. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Like, I'm not going to deny, Torolf is attractive. I'm not going to deny that. It's in the description, Dragon. It's in the description. Like, oh no, they did a lot more. You and I both know they did a lot more. But where are the visitors and where are the artists? There's only this triptych on the opposite wall, 3 canvases of red, and this huge concrete ceiling. This 3 canvases of red in this huge concrete hall, reinforcements running along the walls and ceiling like ribs. I feel small here. Too small, and the painting beckons me forward. I blink and it clicks. It's a ribcage. We're inside of a whale, quiet and desolate, slowly dissolving. It's not dinner time anymore, is it? It's oddly quiet in here. The doors were open. We should look through the ateliers. There must be someone working here now. Where should we check first? Rescue me! I've never been in this sort of place! I have no idea what to expect! I kind of feel like you didn't want to be. You didn't really want to be here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't seem too interested in this kind of art. Well, I don't know. I thought it'd be nice to see the place if you think it could be interesting, even though it's not usually my thing. I get it completely. So I don't want you to feel like you're just following me inertly. Now I can follow you for a bit, and you can explore this place at your own tempo. I think that could be more interesting to the both of us. Maybe, yeah, so... Upper levels offices or next hall. See, I'd start crying. To the upper level, how about we check what's upstairs? Sure. Lead the way. I start walking to the stairs to the upper level. Something in me wants to turn back and walk towards the paintings. The 3 large fields of colors, like an immovable monolith fixed in space and time. They feel like something from beyond. But I turn away from them and walk up the stairs, Jorgen following me. No one here either. I don't think this part is even open. If it wasn't, then why wasn't there a sign or some tape blocking the way? The whole place is empty, apart from a single ladder standing in the middle of the room. But there's spotlights every few meters, ovals of sharp light illuminating nothing but the cold floor and bare walls. A chill runs down my spine. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel comfortable here. Maybe it's the way the whole place just feels like a skeleton, bare bones exposed and bleached white in the cold light of the spotlights. I think we'd better head back down. This looks like the main showcase space, but there's nothing here at the moment. I'm afraid our timing is the worst possible. We've arrived right between 2 exhibitions. Still, there have to be some people here. We should check the rest of the ground floor. I try not to glance at the red paintings this time, but I can feel them behind me, a burning sensation on my neck. So, where now? Offices or next hall? Or in the back rooms? To the offices, I point to the 3 wooden doors on the wall right of the entrance, each with a plaque with a name written on them. Let's check these doors. They look like they lead to offices. Okay, it's regular weekday. Someone should be in one of those. I press the handle and the door opens. Hello? Anyone here? Silence. It's definitely an office with a desk and a chair behind it. A sofa and cabinets, but it lacks one important thing. A person working in it. Should we come in? I don't think so. I don't want to break into someone's office. Fair point. What now? We check the next door? but the next door is locked, and behind the third one is a similar office, similarly empty. No trace of a living soul apart from the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. We don't have many more options, right? This corridor looks like it leads to another hall. Maybe it wasn't the main entrance and the whole exhibition is there? Possibly. Nothing left for us but to check. We'll leave the hall with the red triptych behind and move into the corridor. One side a solid concrete slab, the other with windows opening to the harbor. Jorgen walks a few steps behind me, his steps almost silent, looking out the windows. How are you doing? You know, I think I'm having fun. Exploring this place is perhaps more interesting than just looking at exhibitions. I hope we find some in the end. We leave the corridor and walk out into the second, much bigger hall. In the middle of it stands a red cube about the size of a room. It glows ominously, the room bathed in its radiance. This is it, I think. It certainly looks like something. Is it like an artistic installation or something? I don't know. Maybe it has an entrance. Maybe I'm becoming paranoid, but in this eerie silence, walking closer to this object doesn't seem like a good idea. Actually, there's something beneath the silence. A hum. So low that it becomes not a sound, but almost an object in itself. Funny, it's palpable, almost as real and solid as me and Jorgen, this hall around us. More real than this glowing cube that looks like a feverish headache abstracted into a shape. Let's check. I'm curious. I nod, ready to follow Jorgen. We move closer, the low hum growing in intensity with each of our steps. I think I see an entrance at this side. I point at the vertical slit in the left side of the cube, a beam of light shooting from it like a fallen column. Jorgen and I both walk around the cube and reach it, peeking inside. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I jump back immediately, a silhouette presses to the plastic curtain, a thin veil separating us from it in the inside of the cube. Is someone there? Obviously there's someone there trying to get to the other side. Fucking hell, the shot of adrenaline I got was so powerful my legs feel like jelly, barely supporting me. I have to stop myself from sitting down on the ground. Finally, the curtain opens and from behind it emerges a black cat. What were you? Sorry, I got tangled up. You! Jorgen, hello there, good to see you. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? And it should have stayed that way. What the hell are you doing here? Jorgen, dear, we're on one trip together. Don't tell me you haven't noticed me in the guest house. You're lucky I didn't. What's going on? Is there something I'm not aware of? Arvo? Meet Klaus. My ex. Ex? Jorgen's ex? Him? So you're, like, not on the best of terms? No, not really. The last time I saw him, he forgot about my birthday and came to the party I threw with a fucking snake that he managed to lose there. We had to evacuate the whole building. That happened in a local community center. Just imagine the chaos. What are you doing here, though? I was working on this. It's almost done. This? You mean this is yours? Yeah, this whole hall is empty at the moment. So let me use the materials scattered around and do whatever I wanted with them. So what is it you're building? Oh, I can't tell before it's ready. So where's everyone? You're the first person we see here. I don't know. Probably at work. I only met one guy here in the morning, and he was sleeping here overnight. Huh. Makes sense if it's collectively managed space. Is there something interesting to see here? There's a painting hanging in the main hall, and I think that's it. But if you'd come later and meet the artists, they have a lot of artwork in their ateliers. Thanks, but I don't think we have time. Actually, Jorgen, we have only half an hour to the bus. Klaus, are you coming with us? No. Thanks, but I'll stay here. I need to finish this before I get back. And how will you get back to the guest house? Oh, don't worry about me. I'll find a way. And the cat disappears under the veil again, back inside the red room. We'd better get going. Yeah, sure, let's go. I'm curious what's inside the room. Likely nothing, but still, I can't help but feel intrigued by it. I glance at it one last time before we leave the place and go back to the bus. I'm so sleepy. I force myself to keep my eyes open, though, at least until we're back in the guest house. Jorgen is looking outside, leaning on the window pane. What does he see there, beyond the pines and firs and spruces, and the blue sky behind them? What do they mean to him? A different question passes through my thoughts just for a moment. What does he mean to me? But we start moving, the bus turning onto the road and onwards towards the guest house. And my mind wanders in a different direction. It's been a nice day in the town, but I look forward to the evening even more. I wonder what sort of film we'll be watching, hopefully not something too old and boring. When we were going on trips in primary school, the bus driver would often play some French comedy or something else that never really interested me. The hushed, lazy atmosphere here is a welcome change. My thoughts join with the quiet engine into a drone, gentle murmur of the background lulling me into a hazy, half-asleep state as the bus carries us forward, away from the setting sun. Jorgen, ah! You did what? Bumped his paw while he was holding his phone. Yeah, it kind of fell into the lake. Did it break? It stopped working. I think it wasn't waterproof. What did I do? Apologize to him, of course. Ask if there's anything you can do. Other than getting him a new phone, that is. No, that'd be the best option, I think. It's not really an option for me. I apologized already, but it doesn't make me feel any less guilty. I'll go ask. Maybe I can help him somehow. Good idea. Accidents happen. Lake walks away, his steps slow and solemn, as if he was heading for his own demise. Oh, girl. Jorgen waits with a heavy sigh until Lake disappears behind the corner. Why does he always have to get into trouble? He's everywhere all the time, I guess that comes with it. Well, what's done is done. Maybe he'll be more careful next time. For the next few months while he remembers it, that is. What are we doing, though? A lot of time left before the film should start. I don't know yet, but I'd like to head to my room first and drop off my stuff. Sounds good. I don't have anything with me. Can I go with you? Sure, let's go. Girl had the Nokia brick, but not the Nokia floaty. My room. Again. Familiar and safe, everything is just where I left it. I glance at the bed, sprawling and inviting, and a great tiredness overcomes me like a wave. I didn't sleep much, and I can feel the sweet embrace of Morpheus waiting for me, warm and inviting. But I'm not alone here, and I have to stifle the urge. My backpack and camera bag land on the ground, and my jacket follows. I feel too lazy to put it inside the wardrobe. You want something to drink? I'm fine, thank you. You don't mind me staying here, do you? No, why? I thought we could go back to doing what we did last night. You mean cuddling? Correct. It was nice. Okay, do not take this in the wrong way, please. Jorgen is giving me major Sheldon Cooper vibes. Jorgen is giving me Sheldon Cooper. He's giving Sheldon Lee Cooper. Dr. Sheldon Lee Cooper. Specifically, Dr. Sheldon Lee Cooper from Young Sheldon. It's not an insult. I'm not meaning it like an insult. I'm just simply stating that it's... I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry for insulting you, Jorgen. I'm sorry. Correct. It was nice. We could. I liked that a lot, too. Taking off our shoes, we get onto the bed, eager. A peculiar feeling rises up in me, something like lifting up into the air, weightless. Jorgen leans into my side, head resting on my shoulder. Looks like once he opens up, he doesn't mind being close at all. Maybe he's touch-starved, but then who isn't? I'm just not brazen enough to cling to him like that. I'd feel as if I was imposing myself on him. But this way, I don't mind it. Quite the contrary. I wonder how Lake is doing. Lake? Why him now? He was serious about the phone. I'm a bit concerned that he'll keep thinking about this, feeling guilty after Rune forgets about it. Or maybe the phone was very important to Rune. I don't know. Either way, I feel sorry for Lake because I know how badly he's taking it. But enough about him. Jorgen's paw finds mine and he pulls me down to the bed, snuggling his back into me. My head rests on the pillow, snout fitting into the nape of Jorgen's neck. Pulling him into me, I can feel how light his body is, but also how firm and sturdy he is despite that. My paw traces along his ribs, feeling them through the fabric of his black shirt and his short fur underneath. I'm skinny, I know. I wish I was this skinny. You look good right now. Some belly looks cute on you. Do I have a belly? Hey, I meant it. You really look good. You too. I snuggle the bat into myself so that he can't see my face, surely betraying my fluster. Suddenly, I remember something from the town, something I wanted to ask about earlier, but I was busy thinking about the museum. By the way, Klaus, really? I have a hard time imagining him in a relationship. How did you end up together? Jorgen tenses up in my embrace as he hears Klaus's name. Strung like a bowstring just at a mention of him, and I start questioning if asking was a good idea. Long story, one I'd rather forget. But if you want to know, I met him at Bjorn while I was covering a festival. My band was there too. We played a concert, and when the rest of the band went for a smoke, I went the other way and saw him sitting at the side of a building. Covering a festival? Yeah, as a journalist, I was tasked with taking photos and doing a small write-up, several interviews too. So I asked what he was doing, and he said he was listening to the concert, but we sounded better through the wall. It was in August, so it was still bright out despite the late hour. Clad in all black, sunlight on his face filtered through the leaves, he looked really handsome and mysterious. I asked him how he liked the concert, and he said that it was alright for the most part. I appreciated the honesty. We talked for a bit, and I got his disharmony to keep in touch. Through the internet, he seemed interesting, and I thought he was exaggerating about his interests. I talked him into applying to our uni and moving to Anslo. Things quickly started to unravel, though. I mentioned the birthday party, right? Yeah. That was one drop too many, and my frustration's overfilled. I get it, yeah. So, you traveled with the band and did journalism? That's so cool! A few times. It wasn't a paid job, though. I was writing for our local zine, DIY style. And you never told me you were into photography. I'm not that much, really. It was part of the job. I got some shots from concerts that I'm proud of. I keep all issues of the zine in my room at the dorm. I'd love to see you once we come back. Just as much as I'd love to see Jorgen on stage and read the articles he wrote. He's done so much already. I wish I could be a photographer at a festival. Would his friends like me? A thought passes through my head, chilling. It took me sleeping in one room with Jorgen to make him warm up to me even a bit. What if his friends are even more critical? Your band, they're the people you hang out with usually? Yeah, usually. I'm lucky in that regard as we get to play often. Coming to think of it, it's curious that at the uni he's friends with Lake. They're nothing alike. Though maybe that's exactly what keeps them together. How did you get together? The band was already active for some time when I found them. They're the beginning of my adventure with music too. Back a few years
It's
ago,
time to drink water.
I went to their concert at...
It's time to drink water.
Culture...
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
It was my favorite venue, so I thought it'd be really good. Wait, they let you in when you were 17? Yeah, it's an anarchist venue. You don't check people on entrance. They would check at the bar if you wanted any alcohol, but barely anyone drinks there anyway, certainly not me. I went mostly to punk concerts before. I'll never forget how powerful of an experience it was for me standing there in the crowd, barely able to see anything but the strobe lights bouncing off of the ceiling, and listen to the absolute wall of noise crashing at me from the stage. I love extreme music, I really do. It's an indescribable feeling. The assault on sense is so powerful it pulls you out of your body. It's a meditative experience. Everything shuts down, the walls you build around you crumble, and all that's left is you and the music. After the concert, I went up to their instruments and lied that I'm their technician, then sneaked backstage. I think they appreciated that because they were happy to chat with me. They told me they were looking for a singer and I thought I could try. Did you sing before? No, it was a spontaneous thing. Many more things happen in your life when you say yes to every opportunity, both good and bad. Turns to look at me more directly, resting his paw on my chest, fingers sinking into my fur above the collar of my t-shirt. Who do you usually hang out with? Me? I don't really have a group yet. I know a few people from my year, and Lake from the dorm, and Miko. I've known him for some time, but we haven't talked much since we started uni. Or before that, for that matter. I see. The bat snuggles himself into me tighter, snout resting below mine. Could have played some music, but it's too late now. I don't want to stand up or even take a phone out of my pocket. My arms feel heavy. I'd play something happy. I feel happy. Even though it's dark outside, I bask in a warm glow emanating from Jorgen. You're cute. My paw holding his. The warmth, the softness of it, the smooth palm, the short fur on the reverse side, the claws scraping against my paw lightly. I should buy him a flower, something that would match his handsomeness. White. That's the color I associate with him. A white rose. That's what would be fitting. But I have to find it, or find a florist. There should be one around here, probably. Hey, wait for me here, I'll be back soon. I'll go with you! That's fine too, I guess. Maybe he'll know flowers Jorgen likes. The streets are empty, not behind the window panes. Shadows move across rooms. I peek into one curiously, but I see an empty living room. Child's toys scattered across the floor. In the distance, a train whistles, the harsh sound breaking through the lull of gentle waves licking at the shore, as if the sea was trying to swallow the island little by little. I wish I had my camera with me. Why didn't I take it? Well, obviously, Lake has to be number one. Especially now with no one else around, the charm of this town shines from every street lamp and every rooftop uplifting. Cold bites at my paws suddenly. Where are we going? I'm looking for a florist. Oh, I know one! It's a few streets away! Lake runs away and disappears behind a corner, leaving a trail of paw prints behind him in the fresh snow. I look around and a chill runs down my spine. I'm alone here. My paws carry me, cutting across the snow, through meandering alleys to catch up with the lion. And there he is, standing before his store, tail swishing behind him playfully. He has an innocent look on his face, so pure it feels almost like a mask. I try not to look into his eyes. It's here! He opens the door and holds them for me. The sweet smell of flowers clings to me when I enter, crawling inside my nostrils and up my brain. Hello? Anyone here? You pick any flowers they want, they're for everyone. Oh, what do you think Jorgen would like? Why do you want to give Jorgen flowers? I mean, that's what you do, right? When you show someone your feelings. I'm so strung up, my arm feels stiff like 2 branches. I don't know what to tell Lake. I understand, pick whichever you like. Pick whatever you like. Does it matter much? It's the gesture that matters, not the flower itself. Think of it as an exchange. You give him your No, it's not an exchange. I don't want anything in return. You think of Carnathan. He likes them. You have feelings for him too? Me? No, don't worry. But you think he'll accept them? I hope so. You hope so, but you can never know. There's always a risk, and you can lose so much. You can lose him. No. I pick a single flower. It seems more fitting than a bouquet somehow. Maybe because Jorgen himself reminds me of a flower, ready to bloom, with his passions and temperament reaching out to the light. But now I have to find Jorgen. Where is he? With his friends? Maybe at a band practice. Wait, I know! He was waiting for me! Waiting for me on the roof. He wanted to watch the sunrise together. The corridor is packed with students, so I have to push them aside to walk, wriggling my way through the dense crowd. Where are they all going? I keep the flower close to my chest, shielding it from their flailing paws and greedy eyes. Finally, I push the locker room's corridor. Much quieter here and cold. The windows all thick and arctic wind blowing freely. I reach the door to the closet and open them wide. Only it's not the closet that's behind them. Stairs. The damp smell wafting from the underground. Earth. Soil. Heat. A weird kind of heat, sticky and humid. Like another person's heat. Air heavy with perspiration. Step, and then another. They echo in the underground, stubbornly loud. The staircase is long, leading several floors deep into the earth's innards. Your paw slides along the steel rail, not quite holding it, but helping to lead you into the near darkness. Last step, and your naked paws rest on the marble floor, slightly warm to touch. As with a press of the switch, brightness fills the room, soft light coming in from windows on one side of the marble hallway ahead of you. A marvelous corridor opens before you, tall and long, lined with luxurious materials processed with skilled hands of an artisan. Pillars stand along the way like guards, bulky and Spartan. Instead of being intimidating, they make you feel safe. The air doesn't feel oppressive anymore, warm and caressing your face. Warm wind caressing your face. Opposite of the windows, there is a door between each of the pillars, some closed, some open. Your paws carry you forward and forward still, until the end of the hallway, where thick doors stand covered with dust and forgotten. Oh, fuck, where's Sans? You grab the handle and open it. The source of the heat seems to be up ahead, waves of hot air licking at your face. Something wants to be found. It pulls you forward, eager. The corridor goes on, a red glow shining at the end of it, taking the place of the darkness as you walk along the raw concrete. Something about this place feels familiar. Something about... You're sure you've touched these walls before. The smell hints at some long, deeply buried memories. It's a bunker. Why would I ever be in a bunker? Something stirs in your heart, though. You not only know this place, you created it. You know what's ahead of you. Still, your paws carry you forward. Is it even still there after all these years? You can't be sure. but your paws walk you around a bend, and behind it is a concrete chamber, thin pillars like a whale's bare rib cage. You take a step forward, paw touching steel bar grating, walking into a place all too familiar. There it is ahead of you, lying on the table exactly as you left it. A safe, locked. You know the combination, it's etched into your head. You don't even have to try to recall it. I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. You don't want to open it. Your paws don't listen to you. You can't take a step back. But your paws led you here for a reason. There's something you have to do before you come back. Better think. Why are you here again? Why now? I don't want to be here. But I have to. Why? To open my heart again. To what? To pain? To love. And to pain too. The pain past and the pain possible. To heartbreak and loss. To all the pain still on your path. For a heart that numbs itself to pain cannot feel love. A paw scratches at my cheek, brushing through fur. Hey, sleeping prince. What's up? I think I fell asleep. You slept for 2 hours. Everything is coming back to me slowly, emerging from the muddy waters of the dream, receding back into the corners of my subconsciousness. I'm waking up, but it isn't easy. I know, but supper has already started. Thank you, and sorry for falling asleep. What were you doing? I've read something on my phone. I don't need much sleep. I think I saw something important in my dream, but I don't really remember now. The dream slips from my grasp like an eel in water, escaping its hunter, only now I'm hunting for meaning. What was the dream about? I think it was something that has already happened to me before. I was in a place that felt very familiar, but I don't really know anymore what it was. Try to catch it now. Dreams rarely come back later. I always try to hold on to mine. Usually they're mundane, not much to remember, but sometimes they can surface interesting things. For example, I never remember my grandpa who died when I was a kid until I had a dream with him. I knew it was him right away. I couldn't verify it with any family album, but somehow I just know it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Don't be. I didn't get to know him. Cruel as it might sound, it doesn't feel like I lost someone. My dream, concrete, staircase, and marble. I connect individual strands, and finally the image comes together in my mind. I focus on it harder, trying to come up with anything, and suddenly, like two synapses connecting, it clicks. Have you heard of mind palaces? No, not really. What about them? I made one for myself back in middle school. It was pretty neat. An imagined place that you can get into any time. Vivid and fixed, where you can summon or build anything you want. Really, it's a fancy name for advanced daydreaming, but anyway, what I was getting to. I think I visited mine in my dream. You didn't visit it lately? No, I forgot it existed. What does it look like? There's a marble hall in the center. I imagined a photo lab attached to it later, and inside a door to a brightly lit corridor leading somewhere, but I don't know where. What do you mean you don't know where? Didn't you create it yourself? I let my subconsciousness work on that part. I've entered a corridor a few times, but never got to its end. I think it's better that I don't know. This way the possibilities are endless. I can still wonder what's there. There was a lot more on the outside. A park, and in it a purple lake, looking like jelly. I think I got an idea for that one from a game. We used to float on it in a canoe often, and try to compose music. It never worked out too well. I don't think I have any talent for music. I think I wanted to try it because Miko was into it. Sounds like a neat thing to have, but also hard to create. I wonder if it could really be a useful tool, for composing or otherwise. And if it wouldn't get in the way of enjoying the real world, I think I'd rather go for a walk and explore something than do it in my head. Yeah, I get it. I think there is some balance to it that's healthy. Life without fantasy would feel bland to me. True. That's what every book is. Maybe unless it's a phone book. But every book tells a story. Even if it's an encyclopedia, it's not only a book of facts, it's a documentation of our collective imagination, trying to catalog things natural and animal-made. And books are not. The mind always tries to put things into a narrative. We have the brains of storytellers, even if we tell the stories to ourselves only. Oh, this bat, he fascinates me. I missed chats like this. It is such a joy to hold not just anyone, but him in my arms. Do you want to tell me the dream with your grandpa? Maybe as we start heading for supper. It does? It does? My life is a lie. English teacher, you lied to me. Just let me wash my face. I need to wake up and make myself at least somewhat presentable. Rune! Ah! My grandpa was sitting behind a glass pane. He was speaking to me, but I couldn't make out a word. I leaned towards Jorgen, sitting next to me, trying to hear him through the raised voices of other students chatting over their food. By the way, have you seen Lake anywhere? No, not since we split in the lobby. Thought he'd come for supper as soon as it started. Maybe he fell asleep too. Do you think we should go check up on him? We can save him some food if he doesn't come soon, but I'm sure he'll be here for the film. The food today is nice too, he'll like it. Maybe. I also focused on the conversation that barely registered the taste, or that what I was eating for that matter. That doesn't happen to me often. What is this bat doing to me? It's called love, Arvo. Now that he mentions it, he's right. We have sandwiches again. Beetroot, horseradish, and rocket on rye bread, plus a small slice of pie with cashew cream. Oh, that cream is so good. Phrasing! It is. I have to look for recipes once we're back. Oh, the dream. Where were you? Oh, right. My grandpa behind a glass of pain. I think it was a prison cell of some sorts, but I can't be sure. That was the impression I got. Encyclopedia, or is it encyclopedia? Oh, it's British spelling? Okay, so sort of like color and color. Yep, pedia sounds better, but pedia. I don't know why, I get not good vibes from saying encyclopedia. I get not good vibes from saying encyclopedia. Encyclopedia just sounds so wrong. Pedia just sounds better, like encyclopedia. That was the impression I got. It felt raw, brute. Do you know that that's where the word brutalism comes from? From French brew, raw, not brutal. I'm not sure what that is. That's irrelevant, really. I just like brutalist architecture. So I was visiting him alone, and I wasn't a kid anymore. I'm not entirely sure how old I was then, maybe 17? I had a feeling that he did something wrong, that he was ashamed from the way he was looking at me. But I didn't want to listen to what he had to say. I didn't care. I didn't even know him. I asked him. As my vision tinted red, I asked him the only question that mattered to me. They did us dirty! They did us dirty! They did us so dirty! Well, you know what time it is. Go ahead and start celebrating. Go ahead and start celebrating. Teddy bear time. I'm gonna play in SFW mode, even though SFW mode my ass. Beau. Hi, Lake. Bjorn. Are we going to see Miko, Lake, or staying? Bjorn. We're not doing Klaus? No. It's been a few minutes already, but if I go now, maybe I can still catch Miko before he gets his key. Taking only my camera bag with me, I leave the room and lock the door behind me. Oh, Miko! Walking around the corner, I see Miko at the end of the corridor. He waves to someone behind him before turning around and noticing me.
Hey, Arvo.
You got your key yet?
Yeah, I got room number 3. Should be right here.
You need any help with that? I point at the huge bag Miko was dragging behind him. Being smaller than me, Miko often had to rely on me with carrying stuff, well, at least back when we were in middle school together. Used to that, I ask almost automatically. Weird how my habits from years ago stayed with me all that time.
I could use some help. It's pretty heavy.
I grab the bag and try to lift it. Oh, damn, it's even heavier than it looks. By the way, who are you waving to?
Oh, a Tanuki that studies in the same department as me approached me when I was waiting for the key. We hadn't talked before, but he remembered me, so he came up to say hello, and we talked for a bit.
Maybe I was wrong about Miko being bad at making friends. Not even an hour has passed and he already met someone. Maybe I shouldn't assume that he's the same little wolf I knew 3 years ago. That's a lot of time to change. Hell, I feel like I turned into a completely different person every 2 or 3 years. We have so much catching up to do. We haven't talked almost at all about the time we spent separately. Hell, since we met again at the university, we didn't really even talk about the time we spent together. Though, if I'm not sure I'm ready for this yet.
Arvo?
Yes?
We're here.
I got so lost in thought I didn't notice Miko had stopped. Oh, right.
Do you want to come in for a moment?
Sure, yeah. I can't stay for long, though. I haven't unpacked everything yet. Just dropped off my stuff. Miko walks in through the door and I follow him, lifting the bag to avoid bumping it at the doorstep. His room looks similar to mine, which is no surprise. What surprises me, though, is that he has 2 single twin beds, instead of one like in mine. You asked for a double room?
Oh, no, Coach Devin said that almost all of the rooms here were double, so even if you asked for a single one, we still might get one with 2 beds. I still have it all for myself, though.
I see. That's neat. Where should I put the bag?
Oh, just anywhere. I'll unpack it right away.
What's inside, by the way? I swear it wouldn't be heavier if you stuffed it with rocks.
And just some instruments and effects, the stuff that I thought I might need.
I walk up to the window and draw open the curtains, looking outside. It's not snowing as much anymore at the moment, but it will probably pick up again soon. The view, even from the ground floor, is still spectacular. The guest house is surrounded by a forest, and in the distance, some hills hide beneath the thick layers of fog. Soft white fluff is covering everything in sight. I look around, admiring the serene landscape, and then, at the edge of the forest, perched on a tree, I see it. Look, an eagle! I quickly unzip my bag and take out my camera. Turn it on, nervously waiting for it to start responding. The screen is still black. Ugh, stupid me! I take off the lens cap, point at the direction where I spotted it, and look through the viewfinder. It's gone. I feel a wave of cold sweat run over my back. I've lost it. I was too slow. Hang on, I will be right back. I might take a while, so I'm going to put you all in the please wait screen.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Yo, mama!
Yeah.
Emotional damage. Oops.
A body has been discovered!
Oh no, he's hot.
Nice cock healer.
Devin's sex reel. We're Devin Cock. Licks you.
And I'm back. Hey, yo, what happened when I was gone? I've lost it. I was too slow.
You didn't catch it?
I turn around. Miko, leaning in, is looking at me with concern. You definitely didn't spam redeems? Honestly, I don't care if you did. It's your eggs. Seeing him up close for the first time in 3 years, I realized that I'd forgotten how blue his eyes are. Looks like it. I wasn't quick enough. I feel the urge to kick myself in the shin for this. Miko takes a step back and pats my shoulder, gently, smiling. It's a small gesture, but it helps, and my anger slowly fades away. Actually, I think it's the first time he did that since the middle school. We used to be really close, and hugging each other whenever we felt like it was just the usual for us. Since we reunited, we kept much more distance between us. Until now, Miko didn't try getting closer, so I was unsure if he'd still be okay with it. Thank you. I really missed him.
Although, how on earth did you want to get a good shot through the window?
Oh, I put a polarizing filter on this lens, just in case we would witness something interesting during the ride. I unscrew the filter from the lens and show it to Miko. He takes the ring and rotates it in his fingers, observing how it brightens and darkens the image depending on the angle. At a good angle, it cleans out all the reflections nicely. I'd still need a lot of luck to get a good shot, though. I glance outside again just in case, but behind the window only snowflakes dance in the Arctic air. Meanwhile, Miko opens his bag and starts unpacking his stuff. Do you need any help with that?
Sweet of you to ask, but there's not that much of it.
I seriously doubt that, but I'm not going to press. Maybe he's afraid to let me handle his gear. I've always been a bit clumsy. I better leave him now and go and pack myself. The clock is still ticking. Sorry that this visit was so brief, but I should be going already.
Sure, I understand. Visit me sometime later too, okay?
Sure thing. We'll have plenty of time. See you later.
See you, Arvo.
It's really nice to see him again and spend some time together. Takes me back to my adolescence and all those memories I have of it. Some rose-tinted and drenched in warm sunlight, some bittersweet but precious. I wonder, does Miko think back to those times once in a while? If so, he didn't mention it at all. Maybe he doesn't remember. What matters is that we're back together. I really missed him, and seeing him smile makes me happy too. And he seems truly happy for the camp. I haven't seen him this cheerful in, well, maybe ever. I wonder what view I have from here. I should be able to see more of the landscape than from the ground floor, at least. From here I can see a few lakes and clearings, spots of shimmering water and white splotches between the trees. I wish I could see some more birds, but that's unlikely, especially with the snow getting heavier again. I could spend the whole day just looking at the landscape, though. Wait, are we sitting with Miko or Lake? Bum bum bee dee ba da bum bum bee. Bum bum bee da ba da bum bee. Hatsune Miko, yes. I hesitate for a moment, but I wave back to Lake and walk up to the table where Miko was sitting and take the spot next to him. He notices me and greets me with a warm smile.
You're late for lunch, that's unlike you.
Yeah, I stayed a while longer to take a photo. At least it came out nicely.
The food isn't here yet, but it should be in a minute.
Hey, you're Arvo, yes? Mako mentioned you just a few minutes ago. The bear sitting on the other side of the table leans in and introduces himself in a considerably low, although soft voice. That's my name. I think we've met already, right? You've helped me with my bags at the stairs. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself earlier. I'm Bjorn, past studying neuroscience. Bjorn? Really? Maybe he's just making fun of me. I glance sideways at Miko, but his face is completely serious. Cool, good to meet you again. You too, sorry for leaving you like that, but I didn't like having my bags unattended. As I look at him again now, he doesn't seem intimidating anymore. Despite his size, he seems rather soft-spoken, more like a gentle giant than a brute. Also, if my bag was nothing to him, what the hell did this guy pack to have to make multiple trips? You two know each other yet? He gestures to the raccoon sitting next to him, and I shake my head. This is Travis. And I'm studying neuroscience too! I started this year! Travis is much smaller than the bear sitting next to him, and much more energetic. He has a lively, eager spark in his eye, and a cheerful grin that opens hearts. Raccoons rarely live in this part of the world, and he speaks with basically no accent. I wonder if he's from around here. You're a raccoon, yes? Are you from around here, or did you move here for your studies? Oh, I'm not a raccoon. I'm a tanuki. See this tail? No stripes! He smirks, lifting his long, fluffy tail. No stripes indeed. Oh, this must be the tanuki Miko mentioned earlier. Don't worry, that's a common mistake. I don't mind. And I was born in the U.S., but my mom is from Japan, so I'm half American, half Japanese. Nice to meet you, Arvo. Nice to meet you, too. I smile meekly, still feeling stupid over that mistake. Might say whatever he wants, but it is always rude to mistake someone's species. I want to apologize to him, but I'm interrupted by the waiter putting plates with our meals on our table. Oh! I could swear the tanuki's eyes gleamed with pure lust. Nerf this! Before us are two sizable dishes, one with what looks like a root vegetable stew and the other with some sort of salad. Travis needs to be a route. Travis needs to be a route. Some sort of salad. There's also a basket with bread and a plate with sunshine buns, each wrapped in paper for convenience. Oh, I love those. Soft and fluffy, smelling of cardamom and cinnamon, they became my go-to dessert after moving to Norway. Racco salad and turnip stew. Nice. Light and tasty, good choice for lunch. Looking at him, I would never guess he likes his lunch light. He's built like a tank. I bite my tongue and refrain from inquiring about this, though. I've just met him, and what a way to ruin a new friendship that would be. Looks yummy. What do you usually eat for lunch? It's usually a few sandwiches and then a sweet roll or two. Is that the usual here? Not really. In Norway, we usually have plain sandwiches for lunch. One topping each, nothing more. Sort of a tradition to make lunch as uninteresting as possible. So it looks like he simply has a sweet tooth. He gestures with a spoon in his paw as he speaks, looking pretty funny. Very dull tradition, if you ask me. Started with some government-funded program providing lunches for children back when Norway was a poor country. But we're not anymore, and I'd rather have something that brightens up my day. I will never understand why you Norwegians are doing this to yourself. Like, there are so many good things you can eat, and yet you drink your bread. Yet you eat your dark bread like some kind of tasteless paste every day. Travis is already putting some thick stew on his plate, along with a few slices of rye bread. Be glad we got a lunch like this today. Oh, I am! He grabs his glass full of what looks like orange juice and lifts it up theatrically. To our college! Finishing the glass in one beastly gulp I would never expect he's capable of, he puts it back and digs into his food. Itadakimasu! Wait, no, I gotta redo that.
Itadakimasu!
No, hang on. Itadakimasu. It would have a greater effect if he had a pair of chopsticks in his paws instead of a spoon. Itadakimasu. 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 Because if I'm not mistaken, you don't really pronounce the... I'm not reading the full word. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, you don't pronounce the U. I don't think it's Itadakimasu. I think it's just Itadakimasu. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I glance at Miko. He's looking somewhere sideways, not really paying attention to us. I think it's like a Wednesday sort of situation. Yeah, I think it's like a Wednesday situation, because, like, you know how Wednesday is spelled like it's Wednesday? Yeah. Like how Wednesday is spelled Wednesday, but we say it as Wednesday. I glance at Miko. He is looking somewhere sideways, not really paying attention to us. If I didn't know him any better, I would have thought that he doesn't want to talk with us. But I do, and I know that he is always silent with new groups of people. He is friendly, of course, but he needs some time to get used to everyone. And the louder and more enthusiastic company is, the more he retreats into himself. Give him some space or include him in the conversation. Oh, so Miko got adopted. So let him yap. Who are we letting yap? Who are we letting yap? The boyfriend. I don't know how to describe him. Or the shy one. Yeah, we're going to include him in the conversation. And Miko, what do you usually have for lunch? Miko jumps a little in his seat and turns towards us. I hope I didn't give him a heart attack.
Usually I make myself a meal replacement drink. I don't need anything fancy.
Wait, really? I know you're not too fussy about food, but I didn't expect that. Meal replacement drink! What's that?
It's a shake powder mix that has all the nutrients your body needs. It's as convenient and fast as it gets. Preparation takes literally a minute. It's a really interesting concept. On one pot, it's nutritious and healthy, at least in theory. On the other, it's as processed as food can get.
Bjorn clearly doesn't seem convinced either, and Miko is getting even more flustered. Or maybe that wasn't the best topic to bring up.
Well, it takes some time to get used to, but it's not bad.
I grab the salad spoon and start putting food on the plate for Miko. So today you're dining like a king. Is this enough or do you want some more?
That's enough. I'm not that hungry yet. And thank you.
Looking back at the rest, I can see that Bjorn observes us with amusement. Am I doing something weird? When I'm done, I put some stew and salad on my plate too. Oh, that smells good! Until now, I didn't realize how hungry I was. I grab a slice of rye bread and start eating the stew. It has a rich, earthy taste, and the turnips had a crunchy texture. It's flavored masterfully, not bland and not too strong, and with a hint of thyme and smoked paprika. Oh, that's good! I needed that. It is indeed. Bjorn was a bit quiet at first too, but with a good meal in front of him, he seems to open up a bit more. He seemed to have a bit of an unapproachable aura to him, but maybe that was just the first impression. The beaw knows what we are. He knows that we're secretly Dan chorus. Suddenly I hear the door to the cafeteria opening. Turn in their direction and I see a figure clad in dark clothes entering the room. And they're walking in our direction. He sits down next to Bjorn and starts to put food on his plate, all without saying anything. I look at Bjorn questioningly, but he only shrugs, apparently clueless himself. The newcomer is definitely a cat, not very tall, with an average build and dyed hair. Is that a pentagram hanging from his neck? Hello, I'm Travis, and I'm a freshman studying neuroscience. How about you? I exhale with relief. Travis's kindness is stronger than the stranger's awkwardness. I was afraid that we'd spend the rest of the lunch in silence. I'm Klaus. Looks like that's all we will get from him. So, anyway, Arvo, you're from Finland like Mako, yeah? Oh, thank you for breaking the silence. Yeah, the land of lakes is my homeland. And you two are friends, right? But I don't like the direction in which this conversation is going. Yeah, that's right, we've known each other for quite some time now. We went to the same middle school, though we lost contact after it. More like I stopped replying to him because I was a stupid dumbass. We were a dumb, stupid idiot. The land of the mop is real. Oh no. Imagine my surprise when I saw Miko again here in Norway at the same university I got into.
And we're in different departments, but it was a nice surprise.
And just resumed our friendship as if nothing had happened, which is starting to concern me a bit the more that I think of it. Why'd choose a university here, not in Finland? Oh, that's a good change of topic, thank you. I wanted to study cognitive science, and none of the universities back home had a good syllabus alongside the facilities for that. I've never heard of that subject. What's it about? It's a broad field, encompassing neurobiology, psychology, and anthropology. Its main focus being the process of cognition, and what's more fascinating than that? It's how we perceive the world around us and how we perceive ourselves. Potentially, it's the key to unlocking to understanding the animal mind. Wow, I think I sounded smart, and maybe even convincing if I had some luck. That's interesting. It overlaps a bit with what I'm studying.
You'll see if you find a job after that, though.
Look who's talking. You're studying marine biology, Miko.
Hey, it's also an interesting field. Marine mammals are similar to us in many ways, but did not evolve with opposable thumbs and did not walk on two paws. We cannot yet communicate with them, and I want to work on bridging this gap between us. There's a lot of scientific work to be done, and we're only now finally warming up to that idea that other creatures around us are also sapient.
And what made you study neuroscience, Bjorn? Well, being a neuroscientist is a respectable job, isn't it? This is an odd answer for sure. Sounds as if he was trying to convince himself as much as me. These aren't really interesting. What's interesting is botany. We all look at Klaus taken aback. He continues, though, not even looking up from his plate. Plants are much more interesting than any animal. We think so highly of ourselves, but this planet belongs to plants. Without them, no animal could live. What's up with the evil look in his eyes? Attention, everyone. I have a few important... Yeah, we're going to skip ahead of all that.
I can't wait for the trip to the town. It's been so long since we last went somewhere together.
We're going to stop it for the ad. Want to break from the ads? Bro's going to turn into Poison Ivy from Batman. Obviously, you get no ads. You're subbed. Do your no ads dance anyway. Do it anyway. You never get ads. Oh, shit. It should be nice, yeah. I'm a bit worried there won't be anything to do in such a small northern town, though.
Have you actually read anything about this place? It's not exactly small.
Not really. I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I'll see it tomorrow with my own eyes. I stand up and stretch out, groaning. My muscles are still a bit stiff after the overnight ride. I think I'm more tired than I thought. So, see you later. I'm going to my room for a while now.
Yeah, see you in a while. Come visit me later if you have some time.
Say Arvo. See you! Be seeing you. Fuck you. Not even an hour of the camp has passed and it looks like I've already made some friends here. Now that's a good start. I grab a sunshine bun from the plate and take a bite, holding it through the paper. It's so good! Let out a pleasured sigh. Turning around, I walk out of the cafeteria with the sunshine bun in my paw, heading towards my room. Yeah, we're going to leave off, actually. We're almost ready. We're almost ready. Hey, good to see you two, getting along well. Suddenly hear the Tanuki's voice behind us as he approaches us and pats our backs unceremoniously. And now, we're going to leave off here tonight. Ah, shit, wrong button. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.